So, this is old news, but I think I feel the need to talk about this one because there's something that I think a lot of people missed about the Philadelphia Wawa raid, as well as other flash mob raidings of convenience stores. But I'm going to focus very specifically on the one that everybody's seen. If you haven't seen it, please, by all means, look it up. Just type in Philadelphia Wawa raid or Wawa flash mob and you will see it. Now, for those who don't know, Wawas are actually really good convenience stores where you can basically order pretty decent sandwiches for, alright, halfway decent prices. Now, for those who haven't seen the video, or for those who want to recap, basically in Philadelphia, there was a flash mob, one of many, but it was one that had one of the best recordings, where a bunch of people, mostly teenagers, just mobbed a store, stole a bunch of stuff, destroyed everything. And the thing that a lot of people laser focus in on was that there was a young woman in the store who, while the raid was happening, went up to the sandwich counter and asked them, "Are y'all gonna still be making the food?" Now, ant. Now, a lot of people kind of got angry at this young woman, or they laughed at this young woman, or they otherwise kind of, denigrated her. Here's the thing. That young woman was actually the most virtuous person in the store, and I completely understand where she was coming from. And her being in there and asking them to make the food and being denied was a lot more significant than most people think. Let me outline it for you. Now, for those who don't know, in order to get a sandwich from the Wawa deli counter, first you have to order it, and then you have to pay for it before they actually start making your food. Which, again, entirely reasonable. After all, they just kind of throw the sandwiches out there and you could just grab it if you didn't already pay for it. Not saying people would, but it's still a good catch system. So, that young woman who was in there asking the Wawa employees, "Hey, are y'all gonna keep making my food?" She had already paid for it. She was probably in there on a lunch break or going to work, probably hungry, wanted to stop in at Wawa, get herself, I don't know, like a panini or something. And so she went in, ordered her food, paid for it like a good, civilized person. And then a flash mob comes in and just begins breaking stuff and stealing it. And she gets denied her food. This is why this is really significant. Who is being rewarded in this scenario? Because to my knowledge, it has been weeks and not one of the teens who raided the place have actually been caught or arrested. As far as I'm concerned, they got a bunch of free stuff. And the only person who actually paid for her food got nothing. How long does that go on before people just stop paying for things? How long are the good people just going to sit around, work hard, try to get the rewards, not get the rewards, and then see a bunch of people who are just running around looting and stealing, basically getting all the things for free? You would have to be a fool or a martyr in order to just keep working and paying for things when other people very visibly just get things for nothing. So, unfortunately, this Wawa raid and its visibility are going to have a significant social impact, and that is, the people who are doing good things are going to be less incentivized to continue doing things the right way, whereas the people who would otherwise be a little bit more tempted to, say, go out and steal, well, they're going to feel emboldened. And here's the problem with that. Most people living in civilized, developed countries have this strange feeling that it's going to be forever, that it's unshakable, that there's no way that any of this could stop working. As somebody who's done a tremendous amount of work in emergency areas after a flood or a storm or a hurricane or a forest fire, or pick whatever it is that you want that could disrupt supply chains, it matters. Because these things can be disrupted. And if certain businesses don't get their income, they just pull out of these areas. And then these areas basically just become impoverished because there's no one selling things. And if there's no one selling anything, then there are no jobs. If there are no jobs, there's no way to make an income. And if there's no way to make an income, then hunger and desperation set in. Hunger and desperation lead to desperate actions. Desperate actions are the antithesis of a stable society. If you weren't safe and secure in the knowledge that your bank account was going to honor the money that you put into it, why would you put into it? If you didn't think that your home was going to be guarded and your possessions would still be there when you got home from work, why would you ever go to work? And if you don't go to work and you don't produce things, and if everybody starts picking up this ideal, then pretty soon everything stops working. If things are not produced, people begin to starve. When people begin to starve, we see anarchy, die-offs, murder. Crime rates are going up in all these cities. And this is not some little, oh no, crime, No. Crime is a face. And the face of crime is not the person breaking into your house at night. The face of crime is the hungry faces of children, because nobody is making the food anymore. So, that's just my little 2 cents on the whole Wawa thing. That young woman who was demanding her sandwich had every right to demand her sandwich. She paid for it. That was labor that she did. Got a reward for it and tried to redeem that reward and was unable to. So why would she continue? Why wouldn't she just join in with the mob eventually? This is not a moral judgment of her in any way other than saying that she did the right thing, but taking her as an example of an average person, eventually the thought's going to get into her head that doing the right thing simply doesn't pay. So, that's all for today, and I hope you all have a very nice one. Remember, get outside every now and again, drink some fresh water, eat meats, greens, do not eat the bugs, do not live in the pod, and for the love of absolutely everything, stay out of the metaverse. And y'all have a very nice day.